You're 29 years old, scrolling through Instagram, and suddenly you realize your college buddy just bought a house, your coworker is traveling the world, and you're still stressing about next month's rent. Scary thought, right? The truth is, most of us don't realize until it's too late that the financial choices we make in our 20s can either set us up for lifelong freedom or trap us in decades of stress. But here's the good news. Today, I'm going to show you the 5 financial mistakes you must avoid in your 20s if you want to live wealthy, stress-free, and in control. Trust me, if you stay until the very end, you'll discover the hidden mistake that silently drains thousands from young adults every year. Let's start with the obvious one. You work hard all week, your paycheck hits Friday, and by Monday, it's gone. Sound familiar? Living paycheck to paycheck is like running on a treadmill. No matter how fast you go, you're staying in the same place. And no, buying lottery tickets is not a financial strategy, unless you enjoy donating to your local gas station. Here's the scary part. If you can't build even a small cushion of savings in your 20s, one emergency, like a car breakdown or medical bill, can throw you into a spiral of debt that takes years to escape. And speaking of debt, that brings us straight into the second mistake. Credit cards can feel like magic plastic wands. Swipe here, swipe there, boom, you've got new sneakers, a fancy dinner, maybe even that gaming console you needed. But when the statement comes, you're staring at a 20% interest rate. That's financial quicksand. If you only make minimum payments, that $500 purchase can balloon into $1,200 before you're done paying it off. Imagine literally throwing away half your paycheck just to pay interest. And no, banks don't love you for your loyalty, they love you for your late fees. But here's the shocking part, even if you're debt-free, you might still be sabotaging your wealth. How? Let's talk about mistake number 3. Here's where most 20-somethings miss the jackpot. You think you'll invest later when you're making more money. But every year you delay, you're not just losing money, you're losing time. And time is the secret weapon of wealth. If you invest $200 a month starting at age 22, you could retire with over $1 million more than someone who waits until 32 to start. 10 years late could cost you $1 million. Imagine explaining that to your future self. So, are you still thinking about buying that $8 coffee every morning, or should I keep going? Now, while investing early is crucial, it won't help if you're guilty of mistake number 4. Let's be honest, you get a raise, and what happens? Suddenly you need a nicer apartment, a new car, or weekend getaways to prove you're adulting. But here's the trap, if your expenses rise with your income, you'll never actually build wealth. Fast forward 10 years, you're earning double what you did in your 20s, but you're still broke. Because instead of stacking cash, you stacked expenses. Think of it like Netflix, sure, you upgrade to the premium plan, but you're still watching the same shows. And here's the kicker, even if you control your lifestyle, you might still fall into the last and most dangerous mistake, the one that creeps in silently. This is the mistake that separates the wealthy from the struggling. Not having a financial plan is like getting in your car without knowing where you're going. You'll waste gas, time, and probably end up lost. In your 20s, you don't need a perfect plan. But you need a direction. Budgeting apps, automated savings, investment goals, these aren't boring chores. They're the difference between retiring free or retiring broke. Quick question, if your GPS asked, "Where to?" would you type in "I don't know, surprise me?" Then why are you doing that with your money? So let's recap. Living paycheck to paycheck. Ignoring high-interest debt. Delaying investing. Lifestyle inflation. And not having a financial plan. These 5 mistakes are the silent killers of wealth in your 20s. But the moment you avoid them, you shift from financial stress to financial freedom.